This is the story of my time up till Christ and shortly thereafter, August 2012, my testimony for the Lord and what He's doing in my life. So my problem started in the womb through the drugs my mom used. I came out jaded on the 11th of June. The year was 1980. Ever since that day, my life's been real crazy. Had a rough start because both parents, they had problems. Divorced when I was born and problems, they couldn't solve them. Started with my mama, madness in the kitchen. When drugs took over, we both became victims. Then she OD'd. They found her by a table. Paramedics brought her back, but that environment's unstable. Now I'm with dad, another house, not a home. Getting smacked around whenever we alone. Drugs and drinking at all hours of night. Chaos and violence, I rarely slept tight. Next few years, I seen more of the same till mom in '86 said it's time for a change. Started first grade, my mom seemed stable. Working at the bar, making tips off tables. Wasn't until '87 the good turned bad. Mama started drinking, my happy it turned sad. Liquor by the bed, pills in the glove box. Late night drunk fights, they broke my lunchbox. Had the He-Man edition, Castle of Gray Skull. A gift from my mom for another lie she told. Angry with my mom in this life we were living. Seeing her having sex for drugs, money, and attention. Warping my perspective in the way I seen a mother. Instead of being a mother, she was being someone's lover. Men touching on, examples being shown. As they led, I followed, not understanding it was wrong. She pushed me away, I felt pain and rejection. Feelings that affect later as they manifested. Fast forward '89, my mom overdosed again. Them lights everywhere, my mom barely breathing, like deja vu, how I'm seeing what I'm seeing. Again, I'm back with my dad, the paramedics is leaving. Now it's NA meetings, I just turned 9. Still remember being hyper, running around inside. With my dad and his girl sober, things started out cool. But with all the back and forth, now I'm struggling in school. Wanting acceptance, wanting to be accepted, I'm acting out in class. Behavior, the expressing of the feelings I felt. Pain, fear, and anger, I was hurting deep inside. I was 10 years old when I started getting high. Summer '92, I was sent to reform school. Breaking in car lots, still trying to be cool. There I tried new things, wasn't accepted. Summer '92, went to reform school, breaking in car lots, still trying to be cool. There I tried new things, wasn't acceptance of love, but sexual acts with a boy just made me more mindful of. Not knowing who I was, I felt worthless and ashamed. These feelings weren't my fault, but still I carried them the same. Got out in '94, dad drinking and drugging, mom still missing in action. Now I'm living with a cousin, had a brand new start, he let me make myself at home, but I wore out the welcome, see I was still doing wrong. Skipping school, stealing, smoking weed in the crib, seems it's always later we see how stupid we is. Finally found what I needed, but my heart ain't accepted. I grew tired of second guessing, I chose to reject it. Mid '95, still on the wrong road, smoking dirties with Chicos, writing graffiti on walls. In them streets, wilding, refusing to follow rules. I got busted with some dope by an undercover near school. Sent me to rehab, told me get my life together. Yet in spite of the advice, poor choices would continue. In and out of detention, rehabs and group homes. Spirit of rebellion, head harder than a stone. Running from police, I was running for myself. Living a life of insanity, hurting the people trying to help. Summer '99 is when I met my son's mother. She was unlike any other, far more than a lover. What I felt amazing, I had finally found the one, but because I wouldn't change, I messed a good thing up. Afraid she'd leave, got her pregnant in October. Making things a lot worse, I wasn't ready to be a father. Over the next 9 months, I continued doing me, hurting myself and those closest. I was living selfishly, front like I was something, but really life was bleak. Day-to-day aspirations, money, sex, and weed. June 2000, before my son came, I was in an accident, left me in a coma for 2 days. The day I came out, my son Brandon was born. The amount of love he brought, money could never afford. It was time to invest. My son needed a dad, so I invested in help for the problems I had. Went to a court date, a charge from '99. Told the judge I needed help, wanting to change my life. Be the dad my son deserves and do this dad thing right. He ordered me to treatment, said I'd leave in a month, giving me time to say goodbye and spend time with my son. But things weren't good. It's like I struggled without weed. It's like I needed to be high just to keep my mind at ease. I was angry and impulsive, having mood swings. Still, what would happen next would be my deepest regret. Even after all these years, it's still hard to express. What happened wasn't intentional, still my actions were wrong. And whether intentional or not, it's my fault, my son's gone. They asked what happened, I told lies instead of truth. Because it isn't my condition, they charged child abuse. I was sitting in jail when my son passed away. Charged with murder, I couldn't attend my son's wake. Made bail a month later, but I was still in chains. But now the chains that remain with the guilt and the pain, causing my anger and addiction to do more of the same. I made my dad, girl, and family further victims of my pain. Yet in spite of my wicked heart, God reached out to me. In 2003, his hand was a plea. 20 years or death sentence, the choice to decide. Would I accept God's hand or continue on in my lies? Held captive by fear, I wasn't willing to deal. I ignored God's hand, the ugly truth I concealed. Trial started a week later, new lies, they arrived. I had my chance at justice, but I chose to decline. After short deliberation, they sentenced me to death, which really didn't even matter. See, I was already dead. 2 months later, my dad died of heart failure. Then my mom from suicide less than 9.